The Los Angeles Sparks endured a crushing defeat at the hands of the New York Liberty on Thursday, suffering their most lopsided loss of the season with a final score of 103-68. The game, held at Crypto.com Arena, saw the Liberty take control from the opening tip-off, leaving the Sparks struggling to keep pace with the league's top team. The Liberty, boasting a 22-4 record, quickly set the tone for the evening by scoring the game's first 10 points. They continued their dominance, building a 38-10 lead within the first quarter, effectively putting the game out of reach for the Sparks. The 103 points allowed were the most the Sparks have given up all season, highlighting the defensive struggles that plagued them throughout the night. Sparks head coach Curt Miller, visibly frustrated after the game, kept his post-game comments brief and to the point. "That was a fun whupping," he said sarcastically, summing up the team's disappointing performance. The Sparks, now holding a 6-19 record, struggled offensively throughout the game. They shot just 36% from the field, making only 23 of their 64 attempts. The team's shooting woes extended beyond the arc as well, where they failed to make a single three-pointer until the second half. Despite their best efforts, the Sparks were no match for New York's star-studded lineup, led by Olympians Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu. Stewart, who has been a force in the WNBA all season, led all scorers with 27 points in just 20 minutes of play. Her dominant performance included hitting 3 consecutive three-pointers during a third-quarter run that effectively sealed the game for the Liberty. Ionescu, the Liberty's dynamic guard, added 18 points and 6 assists, while forward Kayla Thornton contributed 16 points. The Liberty's offense was clicking on all cylinders, with 31 assists on 39 made baskets, showcasing their superior ball movement and teamwork. For the Sparks, Ray Burrell led the team with 15 points, though 12 of those came from the free throw line. Burrell, along with Derika Hamby, who recently returned from winning a bronze medal with the U.S. 3x3 team at the Paris Olympics, tried to spark the team but to no avail. Hamby recorded a double-double with 14 points, a team-high 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. However, the efforts of Burrell and Hamby were not enough to overcome the Liberty's overwhelming attack. The game also marked Hamby's first appearance since she filed a lawsuit against the WNBA and her former team, the Las Vegas Aces, alleging discrimination during her pregnancy. Despite the off-court challenges, Hamby remained focused on the game, though the Sparks as a whole were unable to match the intensity and execution of the Liberty. Miller emphasized that while some post-Olympic rust was expected, given that the Sparks are a young team with several players recently returning from the Olympics, their lack of effort was unacceptable. The team was also dealing with injuries, leaving them with just 9 active players against the league's best squad. However, Miller and Burrell both declined to use these factors as excuses for their lackluster performance. "Obviously that 10-0 start, we got punched at first, and we have to respond," Miller said. "But then there was a 9-0 run to start the second quarter. We just didn't step back up to the first punch thrown." He stressed that effort was controllable, and the Sparks failed to deliver the necessary energy and intensity. The Liberty, on the other hand, played with a sharp focus just days after Stewart and Ionescu helped the U.S. win gold in Paris. New York's relentless attack and suffocating defense exposed the Sparks' weaknesses, leading to a 40-point lead at one point and a humiliating loss for the home team. As the Sparks look ahead, Miller hopes that this defeat, particularly on their home court, will serve as a wake-up call for the team. "On your home court, to be embarrassed like that, they have to come back with more pride," Miller said. "That's disappointing individually for all of us, players and coaches, but also, this is a franchise with a rich tradition. This doesn't happen to the Sparks on the Sparks' home court. My hope is that it bothers them, but we've got to move on." The Sparks won't have much time to dwell on the loss, as they are set to face Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky, 10-15, on Saturday, followed by a Sunday matchup against the 2-time defending champion Las Vegas Aces. While the schedule doesn't get any easier, these upcoming games present opportunities for the Sparks to bounce back and show improvement after a difficult outing against the Liberty. Despite the disappointing loss, the Sparks remain focused on their growth and development during what has been a challenging rebuilding year. As they prepare for the tough road ahead, they will need to address their shortcomings and find ways to compete more effectively against the league's top teams.